it's time to show who I am now.
December 23rd, 2022, one day before her birthday, 22-year-old Jacqueline Durand was approaching the house she had been hired to dog sit at when she wasn't taking classes at the University of Texas in Dallas. A sign the homeowners had above the entrance would give an ominous warning, one that would go unnoticed. And so Jacqueline walked right into what would become a living nightmare. Immediately after entering the front glass door, and before she could even close the actual second front door, the two dogs in the home, a German Shepherd named Lucy and a PitBull named Bender, rushed directly towards Jacqueline, violently bringing her down to the ground, causing her to drop her cell phone, and then dragged her from the front door all the way into the kitchen. At this point, the two large dogs pinned her down and mauled her face, ripping off her ears, nose, cheeks, and lips to the bone. These dogs were actually so violent and bloodthirsty that they ripped apart and tore off all the articles of clothing that Jacqueline was wearing. Now, fortunately, because Jacqueline was not able to actually close that second front door, it triggered a home security alarm. And so eventually, local police showed up to the property, as seen in this footage.
I see her feet right there.
First responder body camera video shows the two dogs who attacked her, holding the police at bay.
Once police made their way inside, Jacqueline was ultimately rushed to a nearby hospital and underwent multiple operations. The first one, which was an emergency surgery, lasted 7 hours, and she had to be resuscitated on the operation table multiple times. Now, the couple that owned these two dogs, Ashley Joe Bishop and Avery Bishop, offered no help and no financial assistance to her whatsoever. Since this incident, Jacqueline acquired a lawyer, and this couple has been served a lawsuit. Also, the two dogs involved in this attack were ultimately ordered by a judge to be euthanized. Jacqueline says to the public she does not want to be seen as a victim and only an example to other dog owners to know your dog.
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And I'll tell you something. I hate this about people who own dogs. They're so nonchalant. I was watching this video, and this woman, she a UPS driver, she went to go deliver something to this house, and this dog escaped, and it came after her viciously. And the owner stepped out and said, "Oh, he won't bite." Now, first off, unless you can speak dog, you don't get to tell me what an animal is going to do. I'm sorry. But you look at, and people will say that those incidents are few and far between. Tell that to the person who lost their face. I know people who lost their children to this. And I also know that there was a man who raised his pit bull from a pup. And I know they mentioned pit bull and German Shepherd, but I guarantee you the one that was doing most of the mauling, especially on the face, was the pit bull. German Shepherds are more attacking body parts, different legs and things like that. You don't find them mauling faces. Pit bulls have a thing built in them where that's what they do. They go after neck, they go after the jugular, they go after different parts of your face. So this man raised this dog from a pup, and when that dog got full grown, everybody in the neighborhood said it was like that dog was his son, and all they saw was him and that dog together all the time. The man was playful with the dog, blah blah blah. He came in the house one night. I guess that dog must have, I don't know, sniffed some coke or something. I don't know, because he didn't realize it was him, and killed him.
Wow.
Killed him. So I don't like hearing, especially black people who don't like to tie their dogs up, who like to leave them roaming. I see that all the time in my neighborhood. Black people leaving their dogs, their pit bulls, roaming the doggone street, and they'll call them, but they left them unchained. And I hate people who say, "Oh, don't worry, he won't bite." I am so sick of that. But so I always have people say the pit bull prayer when I had my radio program, and it was like, "Lord, if my dog has to maul anyone to death, let it be my own. Amen." And let people know, put your child out there to be mauled up, and then let's see how sympathetic or how the lack of sympathy you have. That stuff, that's dangerous, man.